Happy 2026, everybody. On today's episode of Talking Business, we've got myself and Nicole Kobsevich, and we're going to talk about some cool things that we've got in the works for our Chamber of Secrets here in the Northern Tioga part of upstate New York.
We're going to keep you guys in the know.
Yeah. We'll have some fun content in this one as well. We don't have a business owner on today to talk about their fun entrepreneurial journey, but we'll just, chat on here today, have some fun conversation. Nice, relaxing, something to kill a 45-minute drive for you. All right. So Nicole, happy 2026.
Yes, happy 2026 to you too.
We got the mic stands fixed and the audio cables brand new, bought directly from the wholesaler. So our audio on the podcast moving forward is going to be just spot on, as you can tell.
We've done some finesse here.
Yeah, it's coming through in high definition, 1080p, full audio.
Couple learning curves, right? That's
yeah,
all.
it took 12 episodes that we did that we finally are feeling confident in what we're doing here. We still don't know what we're doing, but we're feeling more confident. And that's all. If you say something with confidence, you know what? And it'll sound just fine. So our chamber of commerce, as you know, it's a small town representative chamber. We're not a broad scale county chamber. We call ourselves the Northern Tioga Chamber because we serve a very small part of our county. We serve Newark Valley, New York. We serve Berkshire, New York, Richford, New York, and anywhere outside of there we will serve as well, and are welcoming to all different business owners and even people if they want to be a friend of our chamber. But that's our focus, is just trying to provide some development in that part of our county in upstate New York. And for those of you who don't know where Newark Valley is about 30 minutes from Ithaca, New York. If you guys know Cornell University, Ithaca College. So we're about 30 minutes from there. And on the flip side, about another 40 minutes from Binghamton. So anyone, Binghamton University, the Binghamton Black Bear hockey team, right? Rumble Ponies. So we're in this kind of backwoods part of Tioga County, very agricultural district part of the state. And we are just trying to do our best to provide service and sense of community for our business owners, and to welcome in new people and new ideas, and to try and foster a business community and try to foster growth within the business community. And there's a lot that we do there, and we're all volunteers, and we do this because we care and we're passionate. We're business owners ourselves, and we like to help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, got it.
So Nicole is the vice president. So we just did some new structuring through the board of directors of our chamber, and Nicole is our vice president. She was our secretary for a long time. Now she's the vice president, stepping in for someone who had to recently step down due to the business activity that they had to take on and responsibilities. So Nicole, tell me a little bit about your history with the chamber, if you could, and what the chamber means to you.
Well, I think you reminded me last night at our monthly meeting that it's been since 2023.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was longer than that, so...
It feels like
yeah.
Just a complete overhaul. It's like you got asked to do the secretary position, and it was like, okay, what does this job entail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When someone says, I think you'd be really good at this.
Right.
Yeah, I was invited by Crystal Cross, if you all know. She was the secretary
the
of
late
the chamber.
Crystal Cross.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she invited me to come and thought that it would be a good position of leadership, a good way to, serve the community, and then perhaps, advanced skills in secretarial, kind of stuff. And so anyway, that's what started it in 2023. And I think I started as a director, to be honest. I just was, director.
Thrown right in.
Yeah. And then it was, okay, do you want the secretarial position? And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to take some time to learn this. And so then Crystal guided me through that. She did some onboarding for me, so that was helpful. She came to my house. I remember dropping all this. She's dropped up all the stuff, and so that was good. And I did that. And there's a lot of work that goes behind the secretarial position.
Right.
So I did that for 2 years?
Yeah, at least.
And 2.5 years maybe.
I feel like your entirety of your service for the organization, you've been the secretary.
Does it feel that way? I think you and I were onboarding at the same time.
Sometimes when I log into the Gmail, the Northern Tioga Gmail, to try and send out an email, it'll call me Nicole still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're probably called Nicole or Crystal.
Yeah, it's got my face on there, but someone else's name. So it's good stuff.
True. So then anyway, fast forward to just recently at our meeting, and, based on just time availability and what was needed, and, each position was up for renewal and all that good stuff, it was time to then, I guess, be appointed to vice president.
Yeah. How many terms is this for me as president? Is this the third?
Third, I think.
Oh, I'm turning into a dictator.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. It just means no one else wants it.
You do a good job at the president.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So,
the vice president, I have to say, was like, it kind of looked like the ideal position if you had to have one on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, it's ideal. But yeah,
I don't take it lightly. How's that?
No, yeah, it depends on the person. I think you'll get in there and you want to get going with stuff. So yeah, it'll be good. So
we have a new board member.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You want to introduce them?
So we have a new board member. Her name is Ashley Hammond.
Yeah.
And so she has just joined us, which is great. She comes with a lot of expertise, and she not only works in the medical field, but she also owns her own business. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she's going to be a great asset, and we are glad to have her for sure. And then we have Lisa still as the treasurer, Jen, who is a director, and we have lost Brent Beckwith. So that's unfortunate, but Brent is on a new journey, so we're happy for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brent took over the funeral home there in Newark Valley, so he has got his hands full. Yeah, so we've got, how many directors are there then? 6 or 7?
And Jeremy is still a director.
Oh, Jeremy. Yeah, and Jeremy's still a director. So we got 7, so we're a pretty tight group. And I feel like this year it's going to be a lot more trial, or a lot less trial and error, and a lot more of like
finesse.
We all just finesse and we know what to do. We know what the job is. We've refined the scope of our work for each thing we're going to do, and does it fit into our mission and fit into our vision and what our purpose is as an organization, and we focus on that. And I think that we're getting a lot better of, if it doesn't fit into our vision or purpose of it being an existence of an organization, then it doesn't deserve our time. Right.
It's about being intentional, with what you're representing.
Right. What the purpose is.
Yeah.
And that kind of full circle, I guess, to tie this into a business technical conversation. When there was an overhaul of this board back in 2023 and we all came in, we had to sit down and just look everything over, do pretty much a review of the direction the organization was going in, and a kind of assessment of, is this the direction we believe this organization should be going in? Mm-hmm. Financially, and activity-wise, and use of resources, and understanding that we're in a sense a member-paid organization, For anyone listening that might be interested in being a member, it's $60 a year. You can submit a membership application on our website, northerntiougachamber.org. Is the activity that we're doing directly benefiting our business community and members? And assessing, okay, if not, and we do some things because we're team players within the community, how do we pull the other community organizations together and make it so that way it does fit into our scope of work, right? So we had to do this whole assessment of what the activity and time that we were spending on things and the money that it was the money we were spending on things, and understand, does this fit up with our plan and our vision and our mission statement? So businesses should have a vision, a mission statement and a vision, because that's the direction. Right. That tells you the direction and your purpose. And then you should have goals outside of that.
Right.
And then that should all tie into, a budget and plan,
yeah.
Your plan, right? And this is my goal for the year, and this is how I'm going to get there by doing this activity each day or this activity each month, right? And we talk about this a little bit kind of each time we sit down, but we've had to do this whole, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We've had to put this whole thing that we preach on this podcast into play 3 years ago. And in a meeting, I said, we should do a podcast. And a few years ago, everybody in the room was like, we're not ready for that. But I'm like, okay, but it's a goal. It's a long-term goal. We're going to get there.
Remember our first meeting? It was all about podcast. Our very first meeting at Annie's.
You and me. Oh yeah, you and me. Yeah, yeah, that was before you and I were. Well, I was in the chamber. Were you in the chamber at that time? You were a member.
Maybe.
Because I found you in the directory. I was literally calling everybody in the directory trying to get to.
Was that how that started?
Yeah, I found you in the chamber directory. I was just trying to get to know the members. Okay. There was a lot of numbers that were not in service, unfortunately.
But this podcast was seeded a long time ago.
We had we had to couch it for a bit, and now we're doing it in a manner that's fine.
Yeah.
So
timing, right?
Timing and portrayal, I guess, or perception or content had something to do with it. But yeah, so we've had to sit down and do a whole business plan review and assess our role as an organization, and I think that if we didn't do that and sit down and have some difficult conversations with ourselves and our board and make difficult decisions, we wouldn't be even in this position potentially right now.
Right. Yeah. I'm very pleased in the direction that we're moving. It's definitely more focused. It serves more of our business members. And, we have a plan, and that they say when you don't have a plan, it's just a wish. So, we definitely are very focused in what we stand for and how we can help our business members / community, so I'm very pleased with the progress that we've made thus far.
Yeah. Let's reminisce a little bit about last year. What were some things that we did? Was last year was the panel discussion, right?
Yeah.
At the high school?
At the high school.
And the year before that was the career day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? When
yes.
the career day when we did that, and we were like talking in the chat or something like that, and we were like, oh my God, everybody's telling me that we have this one on the same day as like the actual one for the county. And we were like, everyone's going to that. We're going to have like 6 people. And someone, I think Jeremy was like, you still want to do this? I'm like, Captain always goes down with the ship. Like, I'm not we said we were going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah. I definitely preferred the panel better though. That was
the panel was
experience.
Way better and less stress. Yeah. For me, at least. I was like, oh my God, could you imagine if no one shows up to this? Like all these people that said that they were going to come, like just don't come. And like that makes us look so bad.
Well, I think it's different too when it's supported by teachers taking class specific, to a panel where these kids are obviously interested. Otherwise they wouldn't even be in the classes that hold these type of opportunities versus come into a cafeteria where you have businesses and, the kids aren't quite confident in themselves, right? Yeah. You're just getting the generalized interest. You're not getting the kids that are super like zoned in,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the panel discussion was good because I remember when we set up in the cafeteria, it was like the 8th graders ate lunch first and this kid just came through and just took all of the swag from Guthrie. And it
Yeah.
was just like, oh,
Yeah.
didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So
The panel was cool.
panel was better.
Do you think we can do that again this year?
I don't know. Maybe. We would have to get in contact with someone pretty soon. You know who contacted us was the guy from Tioga County.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember. Sorry, buddy. If you're listening to this, your name is escaping me right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So we'll see. He reached out to us. He kind of took that, which, you know what? I appreciate that. He took something off our plate and then included us.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, great, cool.
serves our mission.
Yeah, check. What else did we do? We did, when was Desire to Inspire last year?
It was in November or October?
Oh my God. Last year is a blur.
The year before, 2 years ago, it was in November. So I think we moved it up
You moved it to August.
August. Thank you.
Yeah, because you went Summerfest.
Yes.
And then literally the next weekend was
Right.
Desire
Yes.
to Inspire.
So August was better weather-wise.
Can you tell us a little bit about Desire to Inspire?
Yeah, sure. So Desire to Inspire was thought of based on some things that I have personally invested in my own business and wanting to learn more and always being a student, and how beneficial it was to go to something such as Desire to Inspire, where you go with either people who are interested in going to business or who are already business owners. And they create a bunch of different breakout sessions at which you can then learn different topics, branding, marketing, work-life balance, business and insurance, things of that nature that no one's really telling you that you have to understand before going into business. And if you want to prevent a lot of trial and error and save yourself a lot of money, then it would behoove you to take these opportunities. And so anyway, that's where it was inspired from. And so it was just gathering a bunch of people who are experts in those particular topics and presenting them to guests, whether they are already in business and they just want to be fed for the day, or they are thinking about going into business and wanting to equip themselves with everything that they need before going in and preventing, more mistakes than necessary. So it's really great to add networking, build relationships, hear of other businesses, and learn. And for those that we're teaching, it's a way to give back. And it's sacrificial on their end, which, we were super thankful for all the people that came and did that, knowing that they probably had to remove themselves from their own business for the day. But, givers gain. Mm-hmm. So, we got to stand by that as well. And so it's a wonderful experience. Our attendance list, ranged anywhere from 20 to 35 between the 2 years. Would love to see that improve. And so maybe with some of the conversations that we have had as a chamber moving forward into 2026, Desire to Inspire, maybe that will come to fruition because we want to kind of tweak it, right?
What kind of people do you think this program or event benefits?
It benefits the person who is in business. It really benefits the person who is just preparing to go into business.
Or even maybe slightly interested.
Yes, because equip yourself with knowledge.
Surround
yourself.
Power. Yeah, surround yourself by people going through it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mistakes that we can make in business without fully understanding our responsibilities as a business owner can really be not so pleasant.
Right.
It could be tax consequences. It can be failure, defeat. If you just needed a particular topic of, knowledge in a particular topic that would have set you apart from failing or, falling apart, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think there's one thing that is really unique and takes the certain personality of a person to be a successful business owner is that the successes are on you, the failures are on you.
Yeah.
There's no blaming an employee or other people or whatever. You are the leader. Your leadership strategies and ways of, growing the business and leading the business, it's on you. It all comes down to ownership. Some people might disagree with me, but at the end of the day, the owner is the one making the final decisions on things.
Right.
And it's their job. You know, your decisions and choices have consequences. You got to be willing to own the outcomes.
Right. So take responsibility, right? For
Then again, you can't take responsibility of something that you don't know is something that's your responsibility until it happens.
I think it's pretty fair to say that in business, ignorance is not bliss. So, again, another important reason as to why, having an event such as Desire to Inspire is an incredible blessing. Like, we've offered it the last 2 years without a fee, which was another thing. But I've also come to learn, even in business, is that, people do need some skin in the game. There needs to be an ROI. And unless you're invested, what drive does it give someone? Even though there's a lot of risk going into business, if you're considering to come because you're going into business, there's a lot of risk there. But, maybe when I participate in these things outside of the Northern Tioga County area, I invest. It's like a $169 ticket for me.
Yeah, we always have to be investing in our business, and whether that's sweat equity, doing some things locally and developing relationships with people, other business owners, what have you, or spending that money on a course. It's tax season. There's a lot of accountants out there right now that there's a lot of change in tax laws.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people spending money on, the best accountants are spending money on continuing education and courses to get caught up and brought up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not going to want to be having a stack of tax returns on their desk and having to Google what the new law is and what it means. And right.
Yeah.
So there's continuous investments that we need to make in our businesses, right?
Yeah. I think there's a common thing that you hear people say is the best thing is that it's on you, right? Like the best thing is that it's on you, meaning like, either way, like you get to, like you said, as the business owner, it comes down to you. That's one of the reasons why you probably chose to go into business, because you would like to be
in control.
Yes. And, but then that means all of the negative comes on you as well,
Yeah. So for the Desire to Inspire event also last year, the last 2 years, it's been a female business owner or workshop.
Yes.
So do you think that this year, we have a date this year that we could share with everybody.
Yeah.
I'll let you share it.
It's May 16th. It's a Saturday.
And where is it located?
It's going to be at the Gambriel at Hillis Acres. And that's where we've held it the last 2 years. It's a beautiful facility. And we're going to have it there again. However, this year, as Matt was saying, the last 2 years, it's been females only. We're going to do co-ed. We're going to open it up.
So for those of you listening, not knowing what the Gambrel is, it's located on Payne Marsh Road in Berkshire, not Endicott, Berkshire. So that's, I don't have the exact address, but they're a wedding venue. And it's a super nice venue. So if you're someone listening to this looking to get married, hit them up because they're awesome people.
Yes,
and they have a really nice venue.
And it's stunningly beautiful. Yeah, the address is 59 Payne Marsh Road, Berkshire.
Yeah, and if you ever wanted to call them to book your wedding or something like that, their number is 607-267-2670.
Yeah.
John and Kylie, don't get mad at me for sharing your number. Okay, just trying to help you out.
So it's going to look a little different this year. We're going to shorten the hours and maybe shift, instead of doing breakout sessions this year, we're going to look into presenting a workshop so that everybody can come and receive maybe a little gap that they currently have going on in their own business.
Yeah. The thought process there is that business owners spend enough time throughout Monday through Friday, and a lot of times the weekend as well. Didn't want to task them with extra work and wanted to be more inviting and welcoming, I think, for them. But I think it would be cool to have a guest speaker still, or a keynote speaker on top of the workshop, like before.
Yeah.
So the current idea and layout to share with everybody is, are you comfortable if we share the current idea and layout? The current idea and layout for Desire to Inspire for this coming year is a workshop that's going to be pretty much facilitated by the Small Business Administration. Try and get them to go over some really key topics with business owners, existing and new. All things you should review regarding your business each year. And then we're looking at doing like a luncheon after. So going from like 10 to 1, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and do like a lunch and networking and then call it a day. My big idea for down the road, if this ever comes into fruition, you know, but the cool thing to think about would be like you do a little workshop and then you have a little dinner and party after.
I think you even mentioned music, right?
Yeah, music. Make it fun, you know. Let people bring their families and stuff if they wanted to. I just think of this as a sense of it's like a sense of community. Is that what I'm trying to help foster here, and so like I'm not saying that every business owner in the area needs to be friends with one another, but you know we are in small town America, and when things happen, we're all on our own. We're on our own, and it just would be nice to like see us as a business community, you know, come together.
Yeah.
Right. Which we did at the end of the year banquet and everything, which was cool.
That was another cool thing we did last year.
That was a cool
good.
thing.
Yeah, you did great at that.
So, but you know, I personally reach for community. I like to be part of something. You know,
I tend to favor more of the relationship part of it. So I'm a little deeper. Community is great, but I want the one-on-ones. You know, just different people, different strokes, right? So, but in community, you get the opportunity for that.
Right. True. Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Without getting out in the community, you cannot have that. So, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our. So to be determined. As we finesse some of the details to Desire to Inspire, we will be bringing them your way. And sending out invitations and registration and all that good stuff. So
yeah, all the information you can find on our Facebook. If you look us up on Facebook, it's just Northern Tioga Chamber, I think, and we're just a page. You can follow us, and you can get all of our updates that we put on there, events and whatnot. Then we also have our website, northerntiougachamber.org. You can go on there, and we will allow registration on our website. So if you want to register, you could do that as well through our website once those details are available. Lastly, but not leastly, we are doing a fundraiser this year at Cardinal Lanes.
So excited.
So, yeah, it's going to be March 8th. It's going to be, so that's a Sunday. It's going to be 10 a.m. The slots are 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., and it's going to be $30 per bowler, teams of 2, so $60 a team. And yeah, we're going to there'll be a prize pool for the winning team, and then some of those proceeds are going to go to our chamber, which we're going to use to make sure we have funds available to support local businesses. For example, last year, some of the things we supported, we did support the bowling alley in some capacity. We supported also one of the local business owners who got in an accident. We also supported their cause. So we were able, since we had some funds and we were responsible with some of our fundraising efforts, we were able to send some money to them. Mm-hmm. And that's part of our mission, is we're supporting them in a financial capacity. So we can do two things. We could support from a financial capacity. We could support from a educational and resource capacity.
Yeah, or marketing. Mm-hmm.
Or marketing type promotional capacity. But yeah, that's really the main goal and mission for us, is to really kind of become stronger in a financial standpoint so we can help when businesses fall on hardship. Mm-hmm. Something bad happens, right? We're able to pitch in.
Yeah.
Might not be, $10,000, but it's something.
Right. Be supportive.
Right.
Right. Every business owner needs some support, whether it be monetary means, just coming alongside, listening, or offering some insight, resources, what have you. You
Right.
know, we all been there and we know how important it is. So,
Yeah.
but as far as this bowling tournament goes, I am super pumped about it. You know, a lot of our discussions as a chamber, we brainstorm, right? So we brainstorm over what's going to work, what's not going to work, how much is involved, right? Like how much do we have to invest in order to raise money? And so this can get really complicated, as we have seen, and simple is best, right? And so this bowling tournament to me is classic of our mission. It's classic of, you know, what we stand to do, and it is simple, right? And we get to support a business on top of it. So to me, this is like a winner chicken dinner type of tournament and fundraiser. I look forward to doing more like that than making things super complicated and stressful, if we're honest, right?
Just
like
some of the unnecessary
Yeah.
stress that comes with some of the stuff that we help put on in the community. It's overbearing sometimes for a group of volunteers that have businesses to run and families, and it's just like, wow, this is a whole other full-time job. Which, not to talk down about what we do, because it's very fulfilling when you're successful. We've had to come a long way and believe in what we were doing and to get to this point, or else we all would have walked away.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I mean, for being real, right, Matt?
Yeah, we're being real. I don't pull punches for the most part. So, I mean, we've come a long way. We finally are figuring it out. But yeah, there's some things, if we can mitigate stress, we will, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've gone through a lot of different other ways that, you know, some have been fruitful, some have not, and we learn from those. And, you know, I'm sure we'll even learn from the bowling tournament, but the way that it appears on paper is like, this is amazing. This is going to be great. And it's an existing business. And who doesn't want to come out and play a game of bowling, whether you're good or not? Like, it'll be fun.
And probably have a chance to enter a raffle, maybe even a 50-50, who knows? And just have, you know, get out there with your spouse or whatever, or friend, and say, hey, we're going to go bowl in this tournament, support our local business. You know, the community is going to come out, support the local business and the chamber. Yeah.
So we want to give a big shout out to
Brian Gleason, who's the owner of Cardinal Lanes. Couldn't do this without him. And,
thank you, Brian.
Yeah, Brian's very generous. So
This is going to be great. Hopefully it's something that we get to continue to do as well. Or, you know, we're also open for anybody else that has suggestions, such as what we're going to do at the bowling alley in March. And, you know, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and share your thoughts. Again, we want to stay focused with our mission. We want to not make it super complicated, and respect that everybody is volunteering on this chamber, and knowing that we want to optimize, right? We want to optimize with the time that we have and being the most fruitful for the chamber, you know, which then helps the businesses. So it's a win-win.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot for chamber business to talk business about. What else? Anything?
Well, you mentioned the New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Small talk.
What we can end on a fun topic and somewhat personal, I guess, about New Year's resolutions.
Right. You go first, Matt.
Okay. A lot of times New Year's resolutions are kind of, I don't know. It's like you say you're going to do something, and then it's like by the second weekend in January, you're cooked. For me, I am just trying to refocus what's most value or what's most important to me, right? And just make sure I'm putting my best foot forward. So for the time being, I'm going to live life without consuming alcohol. Could be permanent, could not be permanent. I know a lot of people, if you're my friends and family listening to this, you're saying, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, because I say I'm done drinking alcohol quite a bit. But I think I'm pretty serious about this time. Have a second child on the way. So want to make sure that I am not tired, not in a bad mood because alcohol put me there or anything slowing me down. And then I'm just also studying up a lot about what alcohol does to you and a lot of its effects. And it's poison. You're actually putting poison in your body. And there's some not so fun facts that I could disclose on here, but this is supposed to be kind of a fun podcast, so I won't do that to you guys. And if you're drinking a beer right now while you're listening to this, I don't want to make you feel bad about that either. So, this is a personal choice, and, that's not to say that someday I won't have a beer for fun, but right now, at least for the month of January, I am, and, probably for the first half of this year, I'm probably calling it for that and going to focus on my fitness and health and mental health and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then you can reassess
but for now it's more or less just redefining my relationship with it and, just trying to see what it's like to just, not have that putting that poison in my body after I work hard each week working out, and I deserve more sleep and restful sleep at night and stuff like that. So.
Sleep, the foundation of life. When we start to tamper with it, everything else goes sour.
Yeah, and especially I think that the last year with my current daughter, June, I think it was pretty much a pattern. Most Friday nights she would start to come down with the sniffles. So a lot of times I would have 3 or 4 drinks after a tired, stressful week. That's the reward system in your brain that tells you it's time to have a drink because you made it through a work week. And she would end up not sleeping well. And I would usually have to sleep with her in the recliner so she could be propped upright. And then I just don't get any sleep. And on top of that, I'm hungover.
Rough.
So it's like, why am I just am saying to myself, why am I doing this to myself?
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop. Take a nap. So what I'm going to try and do is like, if I feel like I want to have a beverage, I'm just going to hit the weights or go for a run or go for a walk or drink a non-alcoholic beer or something like that and see if I can push forward.
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to try it.
Well, thanks for your transparency.
Yeah. Hey, if it's for anyone else out there trying to get on that train as well, you can always text me. Let me know.
Yeah, there you go. You got a buddy system.
We could be buddies.
Our accountability system.
Yeah.
Accountability always brings better results anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So 2026 for myself, I'm not really calling it a resolution per se, but I am definitely focused on optimizing my life. Literally since 2020, as many of you probably experienced yourself, it's been a rough season for not just business, but family. From 2020 to 2025. 2025 was a lot of healing and restoring and all that kind of stuff. So for 2026, I am claiming, like it's been written, make no mistake, that
there's a declaration of it.
Absolutely. That it's going to be optimized. And what I mean by that is, it's just being optimized, not just my health, because health has always mattered to me, but it's also where I'm going and who's coming with me type of thing. You know what I mean? So circumstances and variables, can sometimes dictate our life, our year, our 6 months, whatever. And so it's just been kind of one hurdle after the next since 2020. And I'm done with it. So that's why I declare that 2026 is going to be a year of joy. It's going to be a year of joy, and at all cost. That's where I'm at.
Nice. Don't let the negativity in.
That's right. Yep, it's the like naysayers.
It's like that song in Frozen. Don't let them in. Don't let them know or whatever. Just let it go.
Let it go. You want to sing that?
I could, but I don't want people's ears to bleed.
All right, we'll save you all from listening to that.
One more shout out before we depart here this Friday afternoon. There is a new business in Newark Valley, a little brick and mortar shop that does candles, candle wax, and other cool things. It's called Aroma Wax, and it's over on. Hold on. Get the address. I had it up. Here we go. So, this business is over on 8 Elm Street in Newark Valley. It's in the Village, so all you walkers out there, or people going to Annie's Place for a coffee on a nice day to walk around the Village, feel free to stop in or give this person a call and text and see when they're going to be around. Their business is listed right on Google, so you can find them. But yeah, it's a nice little shop. It's a pretty cool, tight little store, and they got some cool things in there. So go check them out. Again, they're on 8 Elm Street in Newark Valley. And that's all we've got for you today on today's episode of Talking Business. You all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.